Hey beautiful, welcome to my channel. As promised, I wanted to go back to the Pat Mcgrath and Star Wars collection once this little palette arrived. It actually arrived like a week ago, but we are finally here. I'm finally sitting down to play with it. This is the palette I was missing from when I first got the collection. I already have a video up with my collection review minus this palette and what I thought of everything that came out with it. And so today I want to challenge myself to create an eyeshadow look with this one. It's pretty colorful. We'll see what comes out. I'm of course going to be doing some swatches as well, and I see if I can create a look exclusively using this one, or if I want to reach into a matte somewhere in my collection. I'm feeling that might be the case, but we'll see. If the light changes, which I feel like it just did, it's because I have some natural light coming in. And so, you know, the clouds, the sun, etc., the light might change a little bit throughout the video. Besides that, if there's anything that you're interested in, if you want to purchase this palette, or if you want to see anything else that I'm wearing on my face today, I will have everything listed and linked down below in the description box of this video. So check out the description box. I'm using my Sicily Photo Tint Ultra Eclat foundation today, and I feel like my skin looks so freaking natural. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I have my makeup half done because I want to finish it after I do my eye makeup. I don't have any primer on my eyes yet, but I do have foundation, primer, moisturizer, all of that. And I did color correct my under eyes a bit, but I have not applied concealer yet. For primer, I'm going to grab this one here from Natasha Denona, which might have been discontinued. I'm not sure. I haven't seen it on the Sephora website for a while, but I'm not sure if it's still available on the Natasha Denona website. I'll try and find it and link it for you in the description box of this video. And with a REPHR number 36, I believe this is, I'm going to just blend that primer all throughout my eyelid area, all the way till underneath the brow by pressing and swiping the color. And of course, the same thing over on this side. Before I start creating my look, let me give you a closer look at this Star Wars palette. So here is the outside packaging, and this one is called Divine Droid. It comes in a cardboard box, and once you open it, here is what we have inside. I'm actually loving this super dark shimmer purple and the pink shade. The blue is beautiful, the green is beautiful. I wish instead of having this like taupey brown type of a shimmer shade down here, I wish this would be like exactly that same color but like matte, so we could combine it with the rest of these shimmers, and I feel like that would be fantastic. But anyways, no mattes in this palette, and also I don't think any of the shades are overly sparkly. Let's go ahead and swatch them so we can make sure. Take a look right here at the finger swatches. This purple shade is super silky. I think I'm going to swatch these backwards. So this is Ultraviolet Messenger down here, which is the stunning purple shade. Let's see if the camera wants to focus. There we go. Stunning purple shade. Then we have Optic Fuchsia, which is the more pinky shimmer. Secret Blueprint is the light blue shade. And the taupey shade is called Bronze Circuit, which is this one right here. Finally, we have Astro Lime, which is this really stunning lime green. And so these right here are the swatches of this palette. As you can see, none of the shades are overly sparkly. The sparklier one is the bronze because it's got some like extra shimmer in there, but it's not that texture that we got in the very sparkly metallic shades from like the holiday collection quints. These are more so regular shimmers, I would say, which I think might work in our favor if we want to like blow one out and create a transition type situation with it. We'll see. I definitely want to start using my REPHR number 14 brush for this look. This is a very thin blending brush, and I want to use it with the dark violet shade back here. And I want to stamp it first on the outermost corner of my eyelid and raise it up to the crease ever so slightly. Just right there. Just a little bit more. There we go, I got a really nice amount of pigmentation and definition. It doesn't look overly sparkly, so we might be able to make this work as a transition type shade or like on the crease. I'm going to grab a fluffy brush and I'm just going to work on diffusing the bit of that shade that I got on the crease of my eye. So just back and forth with a fluffy brush, I'm going to blend that purple upwards. And it is blending really nicely, I would say. So let me keep working on that. Back with my number 14 brush and a bit more purple. And this time with the same 14 brush, I'm going to diffuse it a bit because it was getting too diffused with the fluffy brush. So I feel like I want to maintain a bit of that pigmentation back here. And so with my small fluffy brush, I'm just going to blend it upwards. And if I need to, I'll go back to my fluffy brush and diffuse the top edge only so that it doesn't disappear. Honestly, so far that's looking much better than I expected. With a REPHR number 1, I'm going to grab the more pinky shade right here on the flat part of the REPHR number 1. And I'm going to add it right next to the purple, moving it up into the crease a little bit as well. Really nice. And back with my REPHR number 14, nothing added, just whatever violet colors left on it. I'm going to blend the edge of the pink and also blend that pink into the crease ever so slightly. I'm thinking about what color to do next, and I think the lime green is going to be it. Just a bit right there, and then maybe the blue on the inner corner. I want to make sure I use as many of the shades as possible, and so far I'm very impressed that those shimmer shades look really nice on the crease. It's not like giving any texture or anything, and they blended really nicely. This might just be the best palette out of this collection. We'll see. Switching to a REPHR number 2, I'm going to grab that lime green shade and I'm going to add it right next to the pink and forward, leaving a little space for the blue on the inner corner and blending it up to the crease ever so slightly. It's definitely a very stark difference between the blue and the pink, so I'm thinking, what if we do this more neutral shade in the middle? I'm just gonna tap it on with my finger to be a transition color between the green and the pink. I actually feel like it's working. Let's see. We might just use all 5 shades. Okay, I like that. That is a nice transition. Just tapping it on with my finger in the center. And it definitely works nicely that that bronzy shade has a bit of extra sparkle in it. Back to my blending brush, nothing added. I haven't added any product to this brush at all from the beginning. I've just been using it to diffuse whatever gets to that top part of the crease. And so we have 4 colors on right now, and things are still looking quite nice, I would say. And so lastly, I'm going to grab the light blue with a REPHR number 28 brush, and I'm going to add it to the inner corner of my eye and blend it over the green ever so slightly with the top edge of my brush. Okay, we are colorful, but so is this palette. And I'm actually really liking all of the shades together. I think they look quite nice. Back to the purple, just in case I want to intensify things back here a bit. REPHR number 14 once again. And so this colorful, beautiful thing right here is the top of the eye look. So I'm of course going to make myself even over on this side. Should we do a bit more bronze in the middle here? I'm quite honestly loving the way this came out. Let me go ahead and try and recreate this exact look over on this side. Alright, I think I got it. I think I'm just as colorful on both sides, which I'm very excited about. This is looking really nice. This is much better than I anticipated, much better than I expected. I'm so glad I did a video dedicated to this palette and this palette only, because I'm already thinking this is the one that is definitely worth it, okay? Let's keep going. I'm going to do my under eyes, and I wanted to tell you guys about this Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Brightening Concealer, because when I got it, I honestly wasn't expecting much of it. I don't even like the packaging, to be honest. It's like too simple. Like, I wish it had a doe foot applicator. but it doesn't, and it has this like weird moussey formula that I was for sure thinking was going to give me texture or crease underneath my eyes, and it doesn't, and so I've been loving it. The shade that I like most is Fair Birch. It has a beautiful medium coverage. I did a little short on it. I've used it a handful of times now, and on top of a color corrector, it looks really nice. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to apply it on top of my color corrector, and I definitely wanted to let you know about it in a long form video as well, because I actually have really been liking it. I'm just using a dry puff to make sure I don't have any fallout underneath my eyes, which I do a little bit, but I think this is going to help me get rid of it. And so the best way for me to apply this one is just put some on the back of my hand right here. And this is the sponge that I used today to apply my foundation. So with the tip of it, I'm just going to grab some of that concealer and I'm going to go to town with it. Just apply it all over. It's pretty brightening, so on top of a color corrector, it looks amazing. Take a look at the difference right there. This side is color corrected and this one has concealer over that color corrector. I think it looks pretty nice. It doesn't give me any texture underneath the eyes, and once I set it with the translucent powder, it looks even better somehow, which that never happens. The texture is truly so weird because it looks moussey, and moussey in my mind is like thick, you know, but it blends out to be a pretty thin product, and that is what matters. Is it going to become my new absolute favorite concealer? Maybe not. I am pretty married to my YSL one, but this one is $27, which is a lot more affordable. So it might just be a good alternate concealer for days where I'm not feeling super fancy. I'm going to use my Laura Mercier Tone Up Translucent Setting Powder to set it with my Wayne number 3 brush, which is my favorite brush for under eye setting powder, period. It's so good. It just fits so perfect. And I'm also going to set the center of my forehead with it. Alright, so back to the eye look. Let's finish things up. I'm grabbing the dark violet color on a REPHR number 3 brush, and I'm going to add that color right underneath the outer third of my eye back here, just back and forth. I'm definitely not going to do all of the colors underneath my eye because I don't have that much space. But I will do a couple. I'm thinking the purple and the pink will look good down there. So with that same REPHR number 3, I'm going to switch to the more pinky shade, and I'm going to go all the way to my tear duct area where it's going to meet with the blue right under here. And then maybe I can do like a blue or a green waterline to tie it all together. I feel like that'll look good. And with a clean REPHR number 13, I'm going to smoke out the lower edge of my eyeshadow. Just going through all of the borders and smoking those out ever so slightly. Back and forth with my tiny fluffy brush. Alright, so I have a blue eyeliner from NYX. This one is called Blue Trip, and it is the Epic Wear Liner Stick. And this is what's going in my waterline. So here we have the finished look before mascara or lashes. I'm going to do both of those things. I feel like this dramatic look deserves some falsies. I've been loving these super affordable ones from Ardell in $5.23, so I'm going to be wearing these. I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back to give you my final thoughts on this palette. I'm back. I went ahead and finished the rest of my makeup. Like I said, everything I am using is listed down below in the description box, and let me give you my final thoughts on the Droid palette. I will say I don't care having waited the few extra days for this one because it is definitely the best one out of the Star Wars trio that came out from Pat Mcgrath. Even though it has all colorful shimmer shades, it has the type of shimmer formula that you can easily transition into the crease of your eye. You can blend out with ease, and I'm not missing having a matte with this one because these shimmers are not overly metallic, and so they lend themselves to be able to be put on the crease of the eye and to be smoked out and all of that, which is amazing. Besides that, you can get a really nice colorful cohesive look using this one and this one alone, and Now that I know that the shades do work together and that they work on the crease of the eye really nicely, I do think that this particular shade right here that I complained about at the beginning of the video is totally justified, because this is the shade that tied the green and blue shade into the pink and purple shade for me. It works perfectly right there in the center of the eyelid as a smooth transition between the rest of the colorful shades. So honestly, really impressed with this one. I love the color story. Every single shade performed beautifully. You can see the distinct different colors on my eyelid. They blended really nicely into one another. They created this really stunning, beautiful, dramatic, colorful, cohesive makeup look that I am obsessed with. And so this one is a 10 out of 10 for me. Even though I do also like the golden one, I was overall kind of disappointed with the collection, because this one being the only one I truly liked and it having a pretty basic color story was a little bit of a letdown for me. Yet now that I have the Droid palette that is colorful, that is different, and in which the formulas are superb, I am excited once again. This is definitely the best product that came out of the Pat McGrath and Star Wars collection, for sure, and I really love it. If you love colorful looks like this one, I highly recommend that you get your hands on it before it sells out. This is a limited edition collection. If you are shopping for this one, don't forget to please do so using my link down below in the description box. When you shop my links, you help my channel. And that is all I have for today's video. I really hope that this video was fun. I am glad that this collection kind of redeemed itself with this Droid palette. Obsessed with this makeup look. If you like it, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up before you leave. If you're new to my channel, please don't leave without subscribing. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye.